This is Real Wealth Network's 2019 market overview for Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland is one of the strongest real estate markets in the nation, offering investors an affordable investment, high cash flow, and a good chance for equity growth. In this video, you'll learn about the top 3 factors that make Cleveland one of the strongest real estate markets today: affordability, cash flow, and equity growth. Before we get to that, here's a little background information. Cleveland, Ohio is located on the southern shore of Lake Erie, about 60 miles west of the Pennsylvania border. Cleveland was founded in 1796. Almost a century later, in 1879, it became known as the City of Light when inventor Charles Brush held the first public demonstration of street lighting in Cleveland's public square. This became the first outdoor public space in America to be fully illuminated by electrical light. Cleveland has also been instrumental in launching the music careers of such artists as Bruce Springsteen, Devo, Chrissie Hynde, Roxy Music, David Bowie, and the James Gang. Today, Cleveland is the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a showcase of artist memorabilia, costumes, props, and of course, music. Cleveland has the fastest growing healthcare economy in the nation. Home to world-renowned Cleveland Clinic and a brand new medical convention center, Cleveland has become the first global center for health and innovation. In addition, 10 Fortune 500 companies are headquartered in the Cleveland metro, including Goodyear Tire, Cliffs, Natural Resources, First Energy, Sherwin-Williams, Eaton Corporation, Travel Centers of America, Polaris, Parker Hannifin, Progressive Insurance, and KeyCorp. Downtown Cleveland has experienced a renaissance over the last 8 years, with an estimated $19 billion in development completed or planned since 2010. Occupancy rates are at an astonishing 98%, and home sales are up 12% year over year. In January 2018, the median price of 3-bedroom homes in Cleveland was $129,000. This is 36% lower than the national average of $202,000. In the neighborhoods where Real Wealth Network members invest, the median price is only $103,650. This is 49% less than the average 3-bedroom home nationwide. This shows us that real estate in Cleveland is uniquely affordable, especially in the neighborhoods where Real Wealth Network members are investing. In January 2018, the median monthly rent of an average 3-bedroom home in the U.S. was $1,427, which is 0.71% of the median purchase price of $202,000. In January 2018, the median monthly rent for 3-bedroom homes in Cleveland was $1,152, which is 0.89% of the purchase price of $129,000. In the neighborhoods where Real Wealth Network members invest, the median monthly rent of real income properties is $1,168, which is 1.13% of the purchase price of $104,000. This shows us that there's an opportunity to generate passive monthly cash flow in Cleveland at a higher rent-to-purchase ratio than the national average. In January 2012, the median price of 3-bedroom homes in Cleveland was $105,000. This means that in the last 6 years, January 2012 to January 2018, 3-bedroom homes in Cleveland have appreciated by over 15%. During the same period, 3-bedroom homes increased by 41% nationwide. Although the median price of 3-bedroom homes in Cleveland has appreciated less than the national average, there is still equity to be made in Cleveland at a consistent rate. Over the last 6 years, the annual growth rate has been 2.88%. This shows us that Cleveland is a more stable real estate market that offers investors a long-term opportunity for growth with less risk. In January 2012, the median rent of 3-bedroom homes in Cleveland was $1,068. This means that, in the last 6 years, January 2012 to January 2018, rents have risen by almost 8%. During the same period, 3-bedroom home rents increased by 17% nationwide. Although the median rent of 3-bedroom homes in Cleveland has risen less than the national average, there is still an opportunity to increase your rental income at a steady rate. For example, over the last 6 years, the annual rental growth rate has been 1.27%. This is another indication that Cleveland is more stable than other real estate markets and that it offers investors long-term income opportunities. Between 2010 and 2017, Cleveland's population declined by 0.82%. During the same period, the national population grew by 5.29%. On the surface, negative growth may seem like a reason not to invest in the Cleveland area. However, there are some promising population trends to be aware of. In fact, a recent study entitled The Fifth Migration, a study of Cleveland millennials, reveals a 76% increase in college-educated millennials aged 25 through 34 between the year 2000 and 2012. As of 2012, 63% of downtown Cleveland residents were millennials, compared to 20% in the greater Cleveland metro area and 23% of the overall U.S. population. All of this data shows us that the demand to live in Cleveland is still rising at a steady rate, despite the metro's lower-than-average population growth over the last several years. Although this isn't ideal, it's still a good sign that Cleveland is growing, especially among millennials. This is especially significant because home ownership rates among millennials are at historic lows. In the past year, the number of jobs in Cleveland has grown by 2.12%. This is 23% higher than the U.S. annual job growth rate of 1.71%. Job growth is a promising sign that shows us Cleveland is a strong real estate market. Why? Because jobs attract people and people need a place to live. In other words, job growth is a good indication of future population growth. So let's do a quick recap. Number 1, Cleveland is affordable. In many Cleveland neighborhoods, it's possible to purchase property for 49% less than the national average. Number 2, Cleveland is cash flowing. It's possible to rent homes in Cleveland for as much as 1.13% of the purchase price, which is significantly higher than the national average. Number 3, Cleveland's home values are appreciating and rents are rising. Although Cleveland home values and rents have risen less than the national average over the last 6 years, both have been rising consistently year after year. This is a good sign that Cleveland is stable. Number 4, Cleveland is in demand. Cleveland's total population is growing more slowly than many other U.S. cities today. However, the number of millennials moving to downtown Cleveland is at a record rate in recent years. This is significant because home ownership rates among millennials are at historic lows, which means there's a growing demand for rental units in the Cleveland metro. And this is good news for buy and hold investors. To make things even better, in the past year, the number of jobs in Cleveland has grown by 2.12%, which is 23% higher than the U.S. annual job growth rate of 1.71%.